Welcome to the Matt Waller Podcast, sponsored by New Road Capital Partners, where we look at success at the intersection of technology, logistics, supply chain, retail, and CPG, which we also call the retail value chain. I want to clarify that this podcast is distinct from my responsibilities as a professor in the Sam M. Walton College of Business. Nonetheless, it aligns with my aspiration to provide practical insights to professionals in business by showcasing companies and people that can enhance your ability to manage, lead, strategize, and market effectively in the retail value chain. Before we dive into today's exciting episode, I'd like to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to our founding sponsor, New Road Capital Partners. New Road Capital Partners invests in proven and innovative technologies, products, and services that serve existing and unmet needs in the marketplace. New Road partners with growth-oriented companies in supply chain and logistics and innovative consumer companies. As experienced entrepreneurs and operators, the New Road team prides itself on the high level of collaboration it brings to each of its investments. New Road's team of investment professionals and operating partners have deep, relevant investing and operating experience, including significant experience leading large divisions of enterprise companies and building businesses from scale to concept to realization. To learn more, visit newroadcp.com. I also want to disclose that I'm an advisor to New Road. I would like to take this moment to recognize podcastvideos.com for being our provider of podcasts. Their mission is simple: to streamline the process of creating podcast videos. They're equipped with industry-leading equipment and streamlined processes, and their studio and services save you time, money, and hassle. I'm very pleased with the services they provide me. Now, without further ado, let's get started with today's episode. I'm Matt Waller, Dean Emeritus of the Sam M. Walton College of Business and Professor of Supply Chain Management. That is what I do for my day job. But since 2017, I've been active on LinkedIn, sharing about people, companies, and concepts in business. I have also hosted a podcast out of the Walton College and have been hosted on other people's podcasts on business topics. I'd like to narrow my focus to my main area of interest, the retail value chain, which includes the intersection of technology with logistics, supply chain management, manufacturing, CPG, e-commerce, and retail. To that end, I'm launching this new podcast, the Matt Waller Podcast. We will explore topics with deep dives that highlight thought leadership and companies in technology, logistics, supply chain management, CPG, retail, and marketing, while fostering relationships and engaging conversations with key industry stakeholders. When appropriate, I will include results from scientific published research on these topics. That will be a significant differentiator of this podcast. We'll also explain concepts and not assume you understand them. We will include links to articles and further reading in the show notes. While most of the time I will have guests, there will be some episodes where it will be just me talking, explaining some important concept in more detail. Some of my guests will be in person and some will be remote. If you have suggestions about things we should have deep dives on, or if you have suggestions about topics, you can leave them in the comments. I will read every comment and also pay attention to the number of likes those comments receive. What do you want to hear more about? Let me know. Thank you for joining me today for the first podcast episode of the Matt Waller Podcast, and I look forward to talking with you in the future. If you're finding value in this podcast, we greatly appreciate your support by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Additionally, following us on Apple and Spotify and leaving up to a 5-star review would be immensely helpful. We welcome any feedback or questions related to the podcast, as well as suggestions for further topics and guests. You can leave your comments on our YouTube channel, and rest assured that I will read each and every one of them. Please also take a moment to check out our podcast sponsors, as they play a critical role in keeping this podcast running. For more information on specific topics, timestamps, or links to articles mentioned during the podcast, head over to mattwallerpodcast.com.